Good afternoon to all of you. So we are starting the second session of the faculty development program on Industry 4.0. So now we have with us Mr. Arul Regan, Manager, 3D Applications, Monotech Systems Limited, Chennai. So he will be delivering a lecture on 3D printing and innovative technology to empower students. So I have great pleasure in welcoming Mr. Arul Regan to the online FDP organized by Mechanical Engineering Department of Dr. MGR Educational Research Institute. Welcome you, sir. Now I request Dr. K.R. Vijay Kumar to introduce the resource person of the session, Mr. Arul Regan.
Good evening. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce Mr. Arul Regan, Manager, 3D Application, Monotech System Limited, Chennai. Mr. Arul Regan completed his BE Mechanical Engineering from GCT Coimbatore in 2010 and ME Industrial Engineering from PSC College of Technology, Coimbatore. He has 14 years of experience in the field of 3D printing applications. His core knowledge various RPT process include FDM, SLS, binder jamming, 3D printing, vacuum casting, and conventional process like CNC machining, injection molding, and sand casting, etc. He has worked various vendor for product development, selecting the appropriate technology of RPT for product validation, coordinates with the product development team of big companies like VSS, DRDO, Ford, Precall, LG, and L&T, etc. He has hands-on experience in setting up in-house 3D printing lab. This includes installing and commissioning of Fortus 900 MC FTM technology, training of manpower, raw material requirement, etc. He is good in product design using CATIA and ProE. With these few words, now I request Mr. Arul Regan to give his presentation. Thank you.
Thank you for a warm welcome. It's great honor for me to have this opportunity. Thank you, everyone. First, I would like to thank program coordinator and supporting faculties. And I extended my thanks to mechanical department HOD and MGR University management to arrange such a good platform to enhance the knowledge. So all professors are the base for any colleges. I'm also from education background. I worked more than 9 years in education institutions, like in Coimbatore PSG College of Technology. My journey, 3D printing journey, started from there. So today, we are going to I'm going to speak about the innovative technology to empower the students. Innovation means creating the new things and get the new things and new ideas. So this technology, 3D printing technology, bring our ideas and imagination come true. So before going to the presentation, I would like to introduce myself, Arul Regan, Limited. As I told you, my journey started from education institution as a project engineer. Around more than 15 years of experience, I learned a few things about the 3D printing. This particular sections, I'm going to explain my practical experience and presently Monotech, what are the offerings we are giving to the world. And we are working with more than 200 OEM companies in India. And we are the only company have 7 different technologies in one roof. In Monotech, in Ambattur, Chennai, we have around 19 different type of processes. And we are closely working with MGR universities for some medical projects and all. So few professors, I don't know the name of the professors. We are already working with those professors. And my journey started in PSG. And presently, I'm taking care of the Pan-India technical and application support and for 3D printing sales and 3D printing services and other activities. So our core values to identify the pain point and give the right solutions where it is required. So before going to start the presentation, I'm going to tell what we are going to take away. So if you want to do empower students, the students are futures, right? So like we should understand how this industrial 4.0 and how this kind of emerging technologies are going to help them. So with that, today agenda would be about Monotech and partnership and transformation journey. So like we associated with around 10 OEM companies. And I don't want to talk about the general 3D printing technologies. I'm going to brief about the DLP process, MJP process, and CFF and RE. So these are the recent technology, maybe 5 years it is penetrating in the market. It is a DLP, digital light process, multi-jet printing, and CFF and reverse engineering, and different 3D printing applications. These all are our practical experience. How the Monotech, we did lot of projects for the company, and like some real-time examples, what we did and how it is going to help for the students to understand. So if you learn, you can able to explain to the students. There's some through this faculty development program is happening. So when we enhance our knowledge, we can convey to anyone. And,
excuse me, Arul sir.
Yes.
Please switch on. Switch on the camera.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, proceed, sir.
We are in lockdown, pandemic situations. We are in lockdown situation, work from home. So, so that's why I don't turn on the camera. No issue. I'm visible for you all, right? Please confirm anyone.
Yes,
okay.
Sir, yeah.
So there are around 4 videos are there, 4 to 5 videos. Whenever I want to play the video in Google Meet, I want to change the settings. So there might be some delay during the videos. And Make in India, like Make in India means we ourselves created our own photogrammetry. It is called Orbit 3D and FDM technology. And finally, I'm going to explain about 3D facilities and services. And with optimized note, I'm going to conclude this presentation. Once again, I'm welcoming you all for this emerging technology. As I told you, your imaginations come true. About us, fast fact, if you see, it is a 20 years old company. It is 2-decade company. Around 400 employees are there in India. Around 15 locations we have a presence, and 5,000 happy customers across global. So we created our own 10 brands, including 3D, and 27 alliance. We are associated with the different OEM companies. We have a 2 manufacturing plant. One is in Chennai, next one is in Delhi. So these are the area where we presented it. What is the biggest advantage like MGR and other engineering colleges having? Our facilities is available in Chennai, in Ambattur locations. So that is a mother plant. We have an entire 3D printing setups, have it in Ambattur facility. So partnership and transformation journey, we can proudly say these are the OEM companies where we associated with. So 3D Systems is the world #1 3D printer manufacturer. They have a polymer printer, metal printer, wax printing for n number of applications. They have around more than 100 different type of materials. It based on application, all the materials are derived. Next, Markforged is a composite printer. You know, recently all people are working in the composite material to reduce the weight without compromising the strength. If you reduce the weight, it will increase the fuel efficiency in automotive, and it can use for different applications, G fixes and all. This Markforged is especially for making the parts out of composite material. Bicrup, they come in the big way in German technology. They created their own FDM technology, 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter. It is the biggest FDM printer commercially available in the market. And so there are some open source machines also there. It is a highly repeatable printers. So you can use for sand casting, pattern making, statues application, and different type of applications. I'm going to explain each technology and different type of applications where we worked. And W2P from Austria, it is a moving DLP technology for jewelry and dental applications. Dental is a one unique applications. We also come across some few like dental issues. So we go and meet some dental doctors and all, right? So I will going to explain some real-time examples in how, what basis it is going to help this kind of technology. And AmSky, it is from China. Due to this COVID, you know, these pandemic situations, we are struggling with struggle to work with this company. This particular company supporting for creating the sand casting patterns. So like we know sand casting patterns for making the casting parts. So we can directly make the sand mold, sand core out of this AmSky. Olivetti, again, this Olivetti technologies from Italy. We are buying the spares from Italy and we are making our own Olivetti machines in Chennai. So we are assembling and selling with less cost. Admatech, it is another interesting technology, but we don't have this technology. It is from Germany. It is a ceramic printing. One of the few researchers going on the ceramic printing, and we are closely working with IIT and some other medical institutions to make the screws out of ceramics. This is a technology, Admatech. It is from Germany. 3DVO from Netherlands. This particular technology to create the filaments. And I don't know, like MGR students did or not, I don't know, but we are working with some other colleges like VIT, PHG. They created the spool out of pellets. You can buy the pellets with a less cost, and using that pellet, you can make the filament. PLA, ABS, polypropylene, nylon, and other like PEEK materials and all. 3DVO, it is from Russia. It is some unique scanner. It is a portable scanner. It's non-contact portable scanner. This scanner is used to scan the 3D model, and it can use for the reverse engineering application. So like previous presentations also, it is uploaded in Drive, I think so. He talked about Industry 4.0. Like Industry 4.0, we are in between third and fourth revolutions. For your better understanding, I like to tell you, we are not able to completely replacing the existing thing. You know, this pandemic situation, what are the problem we are facing? So many apps are locking, and we are not planning to buy some parts from the Chinese. And more than 3,000 parts, it is already note down to make it India, planning to make it the particular parts in India. So, but China is the world manufacturing hub. It is not for China, world manufacturing hub. They have a n number of solutions with huge manpower. Within a 1 week time, unbelievable delivery they can able to give. So we have to appreciate their way they grow. We are around 10 to 15 years back, but we have a good scientist and good legends like Abdul Kalam and you kind of professors are there to enhance the students' knowledge and empower the students to come into that level. So we are in between third and fourth level situation. We are partially replacing the applications. But right now, this 3D printing technology is used for manufacturing, assembly, and other end-use application. So we are living in the digital world. Everyone, we can agree, right? So we are right now, we are conducting program through online. Last February, like 2020, it is not happening. A lot of professors came and we went to some colleges, NIFT and other IIT, we present benefit, right? So it fall under the benefit. So if you want to implement some technology, what type of benefit we are going to get? At least we are going to get the knowledge to enhance like product development, or when you are implementing something, what type of return of investment? When I'm invest 5 lakhs, when I'm going to get the return on investments? So these are the things we are going to talk in our presentation. So let me talk about different type of 3D printer. So with our complete portfolio, we are trying to give you the solutions, pinpoint the problems and pain point, and we are providing the solution. So when we talk about 3D printing, yes, we have to, whenever we talk about the conventional process, we used to tell father of the machine, lathe, like that. Father of the 3D printing is a Chuck Hull. So most of the people know about it. I don't want to explain about it. The journey started in 1986, followed by SLS and FDM technologies from Stratasys and other companies. So this journey, it is a revolutionary technology, but still it is making a big impact in the market. He is a father of 3D printer. So always need is a mother of innovations. There is no change in that. This first camera cup is produced using 3D printing technology, especially liquid-based SLA 3D printer. This particular technology, it still now it is 100% success in the market. There are Chinese players get into the Indian market, but this stereolithography apparatus, no one is competitor for this particular technology. Here, photopolymer resins, liquid-based resin we are using like UV cured laser, we cure the parts and get the plastic part. So this is a first video. I like to play how this journey started and this about the 30 years of 3D printing journey.
It started with a little green cup 30 years ago on a California workbench. A cup that answered one man's what if. What if you could create anything? Design with complexity as limitless as your imagination. Store digital files instead of physical parts. Waste less, manufacture faster, customize products on the fly. One little cup, the first 3D printed part and the future of manufacturing. And where's that technology now? It's in the car you drive. It's in the classroom. It's on the silver screen and in the shoes we wear. It's helping travelers fly through the air and pioneers explore the universe beyond. It's making wheelchairs a thing of the past, and it's giving man's best friend a new pair of legs. It's allowing surgeons to plan and practice medical procedures long before they scrub in. It's producing complex metal parts on demand, breaking down the barriers of traditional production. It's driving new manufacturing business models, making customized and personalized production a reality. It's redefining what it means to play with your food. It's letting product designers, entrepreneurs, and architects share their ideas in vibrant color. It's enabling designers and engineers to work seamlessly from digital file to physical part and back again, all on the desktop. It's empowering students with the digital literacy they need to become tomorrow's inventors, innovators, and disruptors, and putting parts manufacturing at the tips of our fingers on demand anywhere in the world. Who knew that a tiny cup would lead the way for millions of ideas, inventions, prototypes, and products? That a single stroke of inspiration would unlock the potential within each of us to transform the way we work, learn, and live. For 30 years, our customers have used 3D printing to engineer tomorrow's breakthroughs. What does your future hold?
Hope audio is audible. If any interruption is there, please let me know due to internet issues. It is fine, right? Okay, thank you. So like before going to the remaining 3D printing technology, I like to give you some brief about the journey. All the 3D printer all fall under this three category. It is like liquid based, solid based, and powder based. Generally liquid based stereolithography apparatus technology we called as liquid based, and solid based fused deposition modeling called as solid based. Selective laser sintering, it is called as a powder based technology. So remaining all the 3D printing technologies fall under these three categories. It is for your information. So these are some line diagram to give you the better understanding. Each technologies for FDM, fused deposition modeling. Here we are using the wire form of filament, thermoplastic material. It fuse and deposit layer by layer. We get the parts. Stereolithography apparatus. Here photopolymer resins filled in the reservoir and it cured by the UV lasers layer by layer. We get the parts out of liquid. Multi-jet printer. Here we are using a one head with a multiple nozzle, more than 800 nozzle. It deposits the photopolymer resins and cured by the UV lights. We get the parts out of that. Selective laser sintering. Using a thermoplastic powder materials, polyamide material, cured by the CO2 laser, we get the physical parts. Binder jet technology. Again, it's like a multi-jet printing. So there are sand or binders, gypsum-based powder. It deposits the binders on the powder and it will get the parts, functional part. DLP technology is the unique technology. It is called digital light process technology. This particular technology works in the reverse way compared with the other technology. It is a top-down approach. Other technologies are bottom-up approach. So this here, liquid based of photopolymer resins we are using, it's cured by the UV projectors. So apart from that, some other lamination, object manufacturing, electron beam melting, selective. So that I'm also from mechanical engineering background. So generally, when I studied like form fit, high strength, and some special property and flexibility, so these are some material science subject we used to study about it. So this kind of form and fit and high strength applications. So we know what is that in theoretically. So in the form and fit, what type of conventional process is suitable, we know. We may explore with the existing lab facilities. But we can exactly replace using 3D printing technologies, using FDM, SLS, or other DLP process. So that based on the functionality, how we have to split, I am explaining in this particular slide. So let me talk about few technology, the digital light process, multi-jet printing, and continuous filament fabrication and reverse engineering. So this is figure 4 technology from 3D system. Before going to this presentation, I would like to play one video how this complete 3D printing technology is fully automated. Can anyone please confirm how much time we have based on that, because my content is for 1.5 hours. If it is 1 hour, I will ramp up a little faster. Please confirm anyone else. Thank you.
You can continue, sir. No problem, sir.
Sir, actually, it is 1 hour. 1 hour, I think you can speak. Then questioning will be there.
Okay, fine. So I will ramp up very fast, and then I will play a few videos, and a few of videos I will skip. Okay, thank you so much. We'll continue.
The objective has always been to disrupt conventional manufacturing. You know, prototyping it was the first real big application, and it's obviously incredibly valuable. But ultimately, the long-term goal of these revolutionary technologies is to enable something beyond rapid prototyping and to enable manufacturing.
We're leading our charge in additive manufacturing with stereolithography because we've honed this technology over 30 years to manufacture many products even today, but we're going to be doing it at a bigger scale with the same accuracy, surface finish that we've provided all those years.
This kind of printer is really ideal then as a material development delivery tool. Kind of a key is that the amount of material that it takes is very small. So we aren't bound with the usual requirement of stereolithography where the material has to be very stable for a year or 2 years or 3 years.
With this additive manufacturing development kit and the speed of figure 4, you can now get physical properties that include high temperature, toughness, elastomerics, biocompatibility, which is all the foundation of all the products that are manufactured today.
And the technology is so fast that you can pull geometry. You could pull 100 milliliters from a 250 milliliter vat so rapidly that you can now tolerate extremely unstable chemistries that we would never consider using in the past.
So this frees the chemists then to do a more reactive kind of chemistry where they aren't so concerned about having a vat life of years. They can have a vat life of a couple of days or even a few hours. And this lets us formulate and develop a much wider range of materials.
This class of technology, there's no injection molding tool, right? Your injection molding tool is a USB key. Your tooling is the CAD file. You walk up to a machine, plug the USB key in, you press play, and you're getting parts manufactured locally.
This system is exciting in the sense that it's not a box. It's not, a rapid prototyping system that you install. It's a system that is configurable. You can pick and choose the parts that you want, not just the parts that we supply, but other automation tools, and have it fit into the workflow and stream of your factory.
We've already shown this additive manufacturing SDK to some of our key customers, and their reaction has been, this is a step change. It will allow them to unleash additive manufacturing across their organization.
Well, after 30 years of bringing this kind of technology up through prototyping and through various kinds of manufacturing applications, feels really good now to see it starting to go toward mainstream manufacturing.
Really incredible, right? So this technology is going to revolution in the manufacturing market. In some particular area, it is going to completely replacing the traditional way of process. Why? Because this technology, Google also start working with this particular technology. It is called DLP process. This 3D system they introduced in 2019. They introduced this particular technology called Figure 4. It is working in the, as I told you, top-down approach. It is categorized into three ways. One is standalone, modular, and production series. Standalone is look like an ordinary printer. Manually, we have to upload and we have to print the parts and get the parts. And modular and production is a semi-automatic and fully automatic. So this has a build envelope size of 220 by 70 by 190. And you get a very good repeatability. You know the CPK value repeatability. It is 0.002 pp, parts per million, ppm. So it has a different type of materials. I will quickly explain about the material. Why? Because based on our requirement, we have to choose the right material with the right technology. That is a very, very important thing. So for example, if you want to do the concept and draft models, I want to see the model and it should be what happened, right? I want to do some kind of functional test. You can go with the tough gray material and design functionality. I want to check the snap locks, fit, form. So you have to choose the right material like a elastomeric black or flux black material. So your component, I have experience with the MGR University, they developed some medical component, it is like a bone kind of parts. They required only medical property material. So for that, we can use a high temperature and med amp and med white material and direct productions, like what the video we seen, right? The fully automatic machines, the complete revolution technology. Instead of making an injection molding part, you can directly produce the part out of this. This Pro Black and Rubber Black and Flux Black 20. And indirect productions like cast wax and Excel is indirect production materials. So as I told you, the particular tough gray material, it has a CPK value of 2.46 CPK value. Next, another interesting technology, it is useful for a few applications. DLP, it is a digital light process. Again, it is from W2P from Austria. It's specifically for dental and jewelry application. It has a build envelopes of maximum size is 120 by 120 by 130. In DLP, it is a quite big envelope size. It has a moving DLP process. So with that, you can make parts. This is a workflow with the 3D model. You can align the 3D model and you can print it. From the printing parts, you can make the casting parts. And you can use for jewelry applications as well. So jewelry studs, rings, and all you can make it. It is a castable material. From there, you can get the parts. Again, next is multi-jet process. This multi-jet printing is a unique technology. For example, this particular technology is comparatively other technology. Here, we are using a wax material as a support material. You know, whenever we run the 3D printing process, it requires support material wherever the overhanging area is there. This particular technology, it will build the support material, but it is a wax. We can easily remove the wax material, and it is a plug and play, and you can use for some medical applications as well. So precise and speed and simple, very simple process, and functional prototype and concept modeling and rapid tooling, you can use it. You can make some honeycombic structures inside that, and you reduce the weight and without compromising the strength. And you can make the assembly parts, you can fixes and fluid flow testings and all for final test, final year project research is going on. You want to do some fluid flow testers and all, you can make the parts out of this. Why? Because this part is delivered the high accuracy parts. Why? Because the layer thickness of this particular technology is 32 micron, 0.0232 mm. So because of that, you get very good accurate part from this particular technology. So this technology material is categorized into 4-way: rigid material, durable, and elastomeric, and special material. And this particular special purpose material, we can make a injection molding tool out of this H2S HT90. And rubber-like material, we can produce the parts. And if you want to make a semi-transparent and translucent property, and you can make you can go with the armor and the Proflux material, and other material you can go with the rigid. So these are some another interesting manufacturing applications. Using that high temperature material, you can make injection molding tool, you can make thermoforming molds and sheet metal presses and Excel molding and 2-half direct mold and indirect molding. So these are the applications where we can use it. So this is a real-time example. The 4,000 parts we produce, 400 parts we produced in 75 hours. This particular die made out of MJP technology using HT90 material. Another interesting technology, let me talk about few points on CFF. It is a continuous filament fabrication. When I work with IIITM, some colleges and some other universities, they are very focusedly working for the composite material. So why? Because the composite material is going to make a big impact in the automotive sectors. Why? Because we are into BS6, like the changeover of fuel to hybrid vehicle, fuel with battery, then move to battery. So this journey is going to happen in this way. So now this hybrid vehicle, if you reduce the weight when you are running with the battery with the less weight, you get a very good fuel efficiency, right? So for that, this kind of CFF process will help. So it is categorized into 3 ways. One is a desktop printer, industrial, and metal printer. For example, the desktop printer and like industrial series, we have a composite material called Onex. It is a composite material with polyamide with chopped carbon. Then you can reinforce the material, reinforce carbon fiber, Kevlar, fiberglass, and HSHT material. So if you add a reinforcement material, it will give strength like aluminum. And we have a metal 3D printing with us. This particular technology, you can produce the parts stainless steel, tool steel, or Inconel and copper. These technologies help for assembly and like design, manufacturing, and maintenance. In manufacturing, the assembly will come under the manufacturing. So this build envelope size of this particular technology is 330 by 270 by 200. So we have to note it down. What is the key takeaway point from this particular slide is it will give a 800 megapascals. If you see this particular slide, the tensile strength would be 800 megapascal. It is almost equal to the aluminum part. And apart from that, as I told you, it has some unique property of the unique property materials. So if you see the brake levers, what I showed in below this particular slide, this particular brake levers, it is produced out of composite material with reinforcement. You know, the previous old cycles, what we used earlier, maybe 20 years back, those cycles and some cycles and bikes are come with the aluminum levers. Those aluminum lever may be machining or forging or casting parts. So now it is completely replacing. They are using the composite outputs. If you want, you can check with the latest bike like Apache and FZ and other new bikes. It is completely a composite output. It won't break, it will bend. So these are the material, it will deliver the exact near to the real-time application parts. So if you see this particular video, it is a very small video. Just change the setting and I will show it to you.
This part was reinforced with continuous carbon fiber on a Mark forged printer. It's 23 times stronger than plastic, with a significantly higher strength to weight ratio than aluminum. What does that mean for you? It means that for the first time ever, you can print high-resolution, affordable, complex parts that don't break. You go from idea to end-use part in less than a day. However you choose to change the world, we're here to help you do even more. Reinforce your part with continuous strands of carbon fiber, fiberglass, or Kevlar. Our cloud-based print management software optimizes your print for you, making the transition from CAD to part easier than ever before. Are you ready to bring your manufacturing operation into the next industrial revolution? Request a sample part from Markforged today.
Seen what is the deliverable of Markforged. You see, you can't able to break. We have that machine with us. If you want to explore that machines after COVID, we welcome you to see our facilities. And if you are working with some composite projects, we are ready to do job work for you. This is another interesting technology. It is called Metalex. This particular Metalex have a build envelope size of 250 by 180 by 150 mm part. We can print it. It is completely unique from the other technology. I don't want to play this particular video. This particular technology, we can use stainless steel, tool steel, Inconel, and copper material. So you know the copper have some unique property, conductive property. So we can use in other 3D printing technology. Copper is very, very difficult to make it. So next, let me talk about the 3D scanner. It is a 3-in-1 3D scanner. It is a non-contact 3D scanner, white LED scanner. We can scan small object from big object, and this is a range 0.5 centimeter to 8 meter. We can scan the part, and 40 microns to 50 micron accuracy we can get it. It is a 1.3 megapixels camera. It is a white light LED. So we get the output of STL, OPJ, and PLA files. So we generally do scanning the model, and that model we transfer to the 3D printing, and we get the 3D model. I will give you some real-time examples in coming up slides. So this is categorized into 3 ways. One is mini, midi, maxi. So this is another one small interesting video how the this particular 3D scanner is working. So we can scan the human as well as we can scan the objects as well. It is a wireless non-contact scanning. We can use for reverse engineering, education, and medical applications, and you can do the quality checks and industrial design applications. Also, we can use this particular technology. So let me talk about a few things about different applications. And this particular application, most of the things we get it done from our different technologies associated with the different industries. Generally, application is categorized into 4 ways. One is concept and functional prototype, and rapid tooling, and end-use part, and custom design. Generally, these are the 5 categories. So if you want to make the concept communication model, so we have solutions with us like CJP, SLA, and FDM technology. We can use it. And validation, for validation purpose, you can use SLA and SLS technology, and pre-production and production and mass customization. Pre-productions, as I show you the molds and all, we can make out of this particular technology. Like X7, like CFF process and multi-jet printing we can use for the pre-production. And productions, we can use a MD, direct metal printing. ADAM is another metal 3D printing process. It is called atomic diffusion additive manufacturing. And for custom designs, I will show you an interesting video, or how these particular technologies are used for like aerospace and other applications. So this is that video. I will, in between, I will just play forward to to avoid a shortage of the time. Okay. Thank you.
Innovation has been at the very heart of our business objectives and the machinery of delivering on these business objectives. We started experimenting with 3D technology back in November 2014. We obviously were looking for alternative, faster, cheaper methods of delivering bespoke parts for our cabin. That's when we started experimenting with 3D products and deliver what we would consider a fit-for-purpose part.
The plastic that's been developed using 3D Systems SLS technology will be the world's lightest plastic approved for civil aviation using 3D printing. There are two main benefits to 3D printing for the airline industry. The first of which is inventory and cost reduction. Historically, airlines have had to maintain large volumes of stock for every individual piece inside their cabin. Now, the powdered plastic becomes your inventory. The CAD becomes your tooling.
One of the common problems in the aerospace industry is that people don't own the CAD files for all of their parts. 3D scanning gives you the ability to collect a significant amount of data very quickly and very accurately. Utilizing 3D Systems Geomagic DesignX, we're able to then turn that data into a parametric CAD file.
If you consider from a monetary perspective, every kilogram we carry costs.
You can create parts that have improved functionality and 25% less weight. What this gives you is improved strength-to-weight ratio, a reduction in overall weight of your aircraft, and at the bottom line, better fuel savings and better fuel economy for aircraft.
Like you not believe in aerospace, it is already more than 3,000 parts are already replaced using 3D printing. I recently attended Boeing and Airbus presentations when I was with the HAL. So they are real-time example. They showed us what are the parts. It is categorized into two ways. One is critical and non-critical parts. Most of the non-critical part, they already replaced using 3D printing technology. So, for example, signage applications, we have a solutions. We see using our FDM technology. We have 1 meter by 1 meter technology. This Coke bottles and this particular trucks and all we printed our using 3D printing technology. If you see this particular burger, shoes, and Hulk model, this particular all 3D models are printed using FDM process, and we painted it our own. So it is for signage application. Signage is our big world. And whenever you go for the McDonald's and other like malls and all, you might see the big statues and big Coke bottles and all, those kind of parts made out of prototype technology. And mannequin, whenever we go to buy the dresses, you might see in these mannequin statues. Generally, these particular mannequins are made manually, and you can use 3D printings also create this kind of mannequins. And color jet printing, you can print complete color printer. In Make in India, I'm going to give you a brief about our own innovative technology, how this kind of color parts we can print it. So these are some gifted samples what we printed out of our color jet printing. It is from 3D Systems. We have our machines. It is Project 660 Pro, and we can millions of color. We can based on the color what you are giving, exact color you can get it from the machine. So this is a real-time example. This example I will explain when I'm talking about Make in India. So we are specialization in the project. If you want to do this kind of projects, we are ready to serve you. If you want to make one lab with the cross sections of some engines and all. If you have a 3D model with you, it is very happy to work with you because what happened, right? 3D model based on your application. The 3D model is very essential. We have a complete portfolio of 3D printing. So based on your component size and profile, we can choose the technology and we can print it. So we can use for some defense applications as well. And functional prototype, this particular spec IVS, we completely printed using 3D printing, and we can use it. You can fix the lens and we can use it. You can customize it. Instead of making a you can fold, right? Instead of making folding one single part, you can make this kind of IVS also. And apart from that, some concept prototype, you can make a connectors and small sand casting patterns, core box and all, we can directly print it. And functional part you can produce out of CFF process. As I told you, we can use as a functional prototype. And you can make a jig fixers, cages, and other tool holders and all. inspection fixtures, fan holders, and end-use application. We have a car, right? In that car, you might seen that lever, clutch and brake lever. It is a 8 mm thickness sheet metal part. We can replace using composite material. So we are working with some automotive company, and you know the COVID lockdown situation, this pandemic situation, we are demand in the ventilator. So using 3D printing, we can make splitters. We already make some few splitters use out of our 3D printing technology. So this splitters can help one ventilator we can use for the 2 patients. And you can make a customized safety mask, and for tooling applications, wax printing. So using wax, this particular wax printing process, to a multi-jet printing 2500 IC, you can make a investment casting process. Then that pattern you can use in investmenting and convert into metal. And tool development and testing applications, you can make like injection molding tool, form tools, and some press tools, soft jaws and all you can make out of this. And statues, you can make a statues out of multi-jet printing and color jet printings. And as I told you, different type of materials we have, and based on the application we have to choose that. And other application like chicken fixers, cages for industrial applications, end use parts. For example, this particular mask, what we printed out of our FDM technology using PLA material, we can use as a end use parts. You can N90 mask, you can cut and put inside that, and can you use as a mask. And this is like another example, real-time example. This robotic arms we printed using our ADAM technology, and it is used for assembly area. You can make assembly tools, welding fixtures, and other locators and all. And you can make end use parts. You can replace the metal part into a composite part. Why? Because I told you in one video, aluminum part strength you can get it from the composite material. And production part, if you want to make a production jig fixtures, cages, and it is also possible with composite. If you want to make a gear, it is very difficult to make it in the conventional way of process. In 3D printing, very simple. Within a 3 days or 4 days time, you can make such kind of gears for end use application. So this is another example. Apart from that, you can use this kind of Markforged printer for composite printing. You can make a composite tools, like for example, plastic handle with a metal like functional area. So you can reduce the weight, but without sacrificing any strength. And you can make tools out of different process like resin-based and metal powder and ADAM process, and custom and mask customizations. This is for some fashion technology. This is another one small video how fashion people are using.
My name is Danit Peleg. I've just graduated from Shankar College of Design. I wanted to create a ready-to-wear collection printed entirely at home, using printers that anyone can get. I've spent the past year searching for the best solution. I worked with leading experts in the field. I really like the result. It looks a little bit like lace. And it moves beautifully. Just imagine the potential. If you're called print your own jacket, traveling with no luggage, just print your clothes in the hotel room. Will we soon be able to design, share, and print our own clothes directly from home?
We are running out of time, I think so. I will quickly go through the remaining slides. So it is for pre-surgery planning, and most of the colleges, I told my personal experience with MGR University. They are closely, some of the mechanical professor, I don't know, they are working for some medical application for pre-surgery planning. So when the doctor want to go to the operation, before that he want to experiment with prototype parts. Yes, it is possible with our technology, stereolithography apparatus. This particular model is produced for pre-surgery. And as I told you, in color jet printing, using complete color model, you can make it. It is also useful for pre-surgery applications. You can demonstrate before operations using you make a prototype parts, you print it as a cross sections area, and then you can demonstrate with the colleagues, and then you can go ahead with the operations. And this particular textile application parts we produced for NIFT, and this particular this can used for textile applications. And apart from that, the industrial robot grippers and custom tools and all, we can make it for machining tools. So this is some real-time example. Door hinge we made out of our 3D printing technology. We completely replaced metal hinge into plastic hinge. And another fan holder, existing fan holder, we completely replaced the fan holder. And we don't want to buy the spares sometimes. If you have a design engineers with you, so like us, we have a service provider. So we can, if you design, we can print it within a day. So this particular concept, it is designed and developed in 3 hours. If you see the time, so whenever we compare with anything, we generally compare with the existing process, right? So how we are breaking the barriers of traditional manufacturing with 3D printing. So I'm going to explain some real-time examples. This kind of housing, if you want to develop in conventional way, it required 4 weeks times. In 3D printing way, if you develop patterns out of FDM process, it required only 2 days time. So this is some real-time example. This is a scanned part, what we scan and get it from the 3D scanning, and we printed it, the particular 3D printing pattern from the 3D model. This is a 3D printing pattern. That 3D printing pattern under the sand casting process, we get the aluminum parts. So these particular things we demonstrated as a live demo in the IFEXO in Chennai Trade Center. A rubber component, if you want to make it using multi-jet printing, we can make rubber parts instead of making the compressor molding. And investment casting, as I told you, we are the exclusive partner. If you want to make a wax pattern, it is possible to make out of MJP technology. We can use for medical engineering, aerospace, and different applications. And this speedometers and automotive parts and all, instead of going conventional way of sheet metal and the injection molding process, you can directly produce out of FDM process. You can save a lot of time. Sand casting application, binder jet technology is perfectly suitable. With less time, we can make a mold and course. CFF process, instead of making an aluminum and metal part, you can go with the composite material. Within a 2 days time, 2 iterations of lifting tools, we can make it. And hydraulic actuators, if it's a real-time part consultation example, you can combine all 3 parts as a 1 part. The 1 part, if you print it in ADM, atomic diffusion additive manufacturing process, within a 3-day time, you get the prototype parts. If you want to go with the conventional process, it requires minimum 1 week time to make the parts. And Make in India, we can proudly say we are working with Make in India, and it is like a photo booth and desktop FDM printers. It is for photogrammetry applications and visualization, selfie and statues and signage applications. This is a exact setup what we have in our center. So this particular example I would like to show you. This is 2 colleagues who are working with me. So they stand inside the photo booth. Within a 1 minute, less than 1 minute, take a 1 photo with the 86 cameras. You get a complete image of the human, and you can transfer that file, 3D file. You want to work using ZBrush and something, and you transfer that file, you get the exact output from the color jet printing with color. So these are whoever working with me. We took photos and we printed out of CJP technology. So another metamorph. So we are start working to make our own FDM technology with less cost and the quick and precise part, and using German, generally used German engineering, right? Indian engineering, we're going to create our own, and it is easy to use the technology. And facilities and services, whoever interested, we warm welcome you all to come and see our facilities. It is located in Ambattur, Chennai. And we have around 7 type of different technology. We have a 1 meter, 1000 mm by 1000 mm by 1000 mm FDM printer. We have a small 200 by 200 by 200 FDM printer. Apart from that, we have a 2 CF of continuous filament fabrication. We have a separate DLP process, digital light process, color jet printing, stereolithography apparatus, and we have a separate MJP lab. It is for IC, investment casting and plastic. And we have a photo booth, and we associated with one chocolate company, big company like Amul, and we associated with Cuisine. We are the distributor for India. It is for chocolate printer to make chocolates out of chocolate raw material. You can eat that chocolate. Maybe in future you might see this kind of chocolate printer in a lot of malls in Chennai. and 3DO for filament making, Tor scanning from scanning, and DLP for the production application. These are the services what we are providing. Apart from the other few things, we want to depend on our OEM and other services we are providing. These are the technologies what we have, and what are the build envelope size, what are the key applications where we are working. Photo booth, multi-jet printing plus, and the Calibri scanners, and chocolate 3D printing for food applications, CJP for architectural applications, and jig fixtures, concept modeling cage, and DLP for dental, jewelry, and functional prototype applications. So these are the other OEM offerings from us, and AmSky from China, and DMP from Germany, and Admetech from Germany, and we have a metal 3D printing with us. It is called MetalX, so it is from USA. And different material, I will very quickly go through about the material, like thermoplastic material for FDM, and composite material for CFF process, and it has a very good strength. It is equal to the aluminum part, and CFF process have a copper material and metal materials as well. Stereolithography apparatus have a epoxy based resin material. You can make this kind of parts out of that. And multi-jet printer have a acrylic based resin, and using that resin you can produce the parts. And these are the materials what are available with the wax printing, and selective laser sintering, thermoplastic material we can use in that technology. This is another chocolate 3D printer. You can make this kind of chocolate statues, pasta out of our chocolate 3D printing technology. Color jet printing for color parts using gypsum based powder, we can produce the part. DLP process for the batch production and other applications, and binder jet technology for sand casting application, direct metal printing for dental and other applications. And metal process is completely different from the other. And as I told you, we have a ceramic printing facilities as well. We don't have here. We are working with the German, and alumina, gypsum, and few silica, and these are the materials available for reverse engineering applications. You can use our Tor scanners for reverse engineering. If you want to do the scanning of human object, and everything is possible with this. With this mark, we can do the object. Without mark, we can do the scannings. With that optimized note, I am going to conclude this presentation. Thank you all for your valuable time. So with that, what I'm concluding, the process is very big like previously, but we optimize the process. Like what happened, right? You want to buy the raw and manufacturing, choose the machine and choose the technology, choose the program, and you have to run the machines, manufacturing and ship and inventory. Right now, it is completely optimized. You store the file in digital, and you can pull the file and you can run it. So the design, print, and you can use as a tool. Design, print, and you can use as a product. Design, print, and you can use as a prototype. So this is a digital inventory. So this is one of the key takeaway point from today's presentations. So this is very helpful for you, I hope. And apart from that, we are working with different companies across India, more than 200 clients, aerospace, automotive industries, sand casting application, tire and supplier, home appliance, education institutions like you, and FMCG, packing industries, pump industries, footwear industries, and mold making, and small scale industries as well. So with I explained so many things. You may have some few doubts whether how can I get the services, and whether I want to buy the 3D printing or not. So please educate your student. This is in Monotech, behalf of Monotech, our recommendations. A design for additive manufacturing. If you teach students, instead of making a design for manufacturing assembly, I also studied design for manufacturing assembly. So with the help of college and other things, I enhance my knowledge in 3D printing field. So if you learn a design for additive manufacturing, like topology optimization, lattice structures, and multi-scale structures, and part consultations and all, it helps us to get the jobs in different sectors. And 3D printing training, so like how we are conducting programs, similar way if you conduct the program for the students, it helps. And whoever the startup going to start, we provide 3D printing, and if you want to buy the machines, they can buy, otherwise they can get the services from us. And 3D printing services bureaus, we connected with more than 20 services bureau in India. So we are the one of the big scale service provider. And shop floor operations, if you like, as I invited you, right? So you can anytime you can come and see our facilities. It will give better understanding of the process. So what are the challenges we have? Lack of understanding, lack of experience, lack of university integrate with the industries. Only few colleges like you integrate with the colleges, and lack of local bureaus, the government funds and all. There are some issues are there, and these are the things. Due to this kind of issues, this kind of problem is coming. 1 minute. So, sorry. So, with the 2 decade of our experience and we are creating our own machines from our own technology, in-house R&D and manufacturing facilities we have, and new business exploration and development. And we have a very good sales and technical and application support. Especially, I am taking care of the application part for Pan India, and I can support for any technical queries. So we generally provided 2 days training program and short-term in-house training program if required, and from there we can get some job opportunities and provide 3D printing for startups, and we supply 2 lakhs to 10 crore 3D printer machines if required. And apart from that, in Metamorph label we do consultancy. If your known companies require any support from us, we go and visit the factories, identify the correct applications, suggest the suitable material and technology, and compare the existing process and 3D printing, and provide optimal solutions. And if required, we develop some benchmark, and we provide the complete solutions, justify the services and return on investment. We overall that we provide the complete solutions. Generally, my boss Rajesh Mithun Jain gave this opportunity to present this webinar. So he used to tell these 2 quotes: if you don't file, we not even try. And if you want to get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. So this sentence he used to tell, I just like to share with you. So with this, I'm thanking you all. You all are very senior professors. Thank you for your valuable time, and we will open up for the questions. I'm looking forward to answer your questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Excellent presentation. So I think actually you have given a 1.5 hour presentation in 1 hour. So it's a very nice presentation and very good information all the participants got. So there are some questions. I request Dr. Jayasilan to all the questions.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Arul Regan, for your excellent presentation, sir. Really, it's nice to see a lot of active participants in this session, and many of them have asked good questions, and I hope there are some business opportunities for the presenter too through this session. Yeah, one question by Mr. Thangaras: what is the recent advancement in 3D printing? He has asked, what is the recent advancement in 3D printing?
Yes, it is a very good question. I like to answer that questions as well. And as I told you, in recent advantages, it is fully automatic 3D printer machines in DLP process. I explain in my few application slides as well, and DLP process from 3D systems. So digital light process is a recent innovative technology, and it come along with a semi-automatic and fully automatic. So it is going to replace the complete injection molding process in coming up future. Thank you.
Hope Mr. Thangaras has got the answer from the presenter. Then another question is from Mr. Prakash. He has asked, apart from high investment, any other limitation in the case of 3D printing technology? High investment is a negative point, limitation. Any other limitation is asking from your side?
I would like, yeah, it is also a good question. I am also come from a college background. I worked, as I told you now, I worked more than 9 years with the PHG College of Technology. I get my first exposure from PHG College of Technology only. And yes, it depends on what area we are working and where we are working. Cost constraint, sometimes we should not see. We have to work on what application, what is the requirement, and it based on the college and based on the project, we get the fund and we can buy the machines. As I told you, we have a 2 lakhs machines with us. With the 2 lakhs machine also, we can do wonders. Okay, we develop a lot of part out of the 2 lakh machines. We have a 10 crore machines, professional 3D printing machines for some specific applications. So cost is not limitations. If you come up with good ideas and good applications, we surely suggest you, because we have a good expertise with us. So we will provide you the correct solutions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Hope Mr. Prakash got the right answer. Then there is another question from another professor, I hope. Could we do or can we do 3D printing using parametric programming? If so, kindly let us know the cheapest 3D printer for the same. They have requested for an educational purpose. Can you answer them, please, sir?
Parametric I heard about the parametric modeling.
They have asked 3D printer using. Can we do 3D printer using parametric programming? That's what they have asked.
Okay, parametric programming, it is not required. Parametric programming is a completely different. In 3D printing is a very simple thing. Like if you want, you can buy for your daughter or son. Okay, so it is a plug and play. It is a cloud-based thing. There are some free softwares are available like Cura and all. You can pull the model from the cloud, free models, and you upload that STL file into that, and you generate some program, G-code program from the Cura software. You can directly transfer and you can print it. The parametric program is completely like maybe G code, M code, like a CNC kind of things. It is not at all required. That much complication is not required. And all machines come up with their own 3D printing softwares. For example, 3D systems I talk about, right? It come up with a 3D sprint software. That particular software is very, very powerful. When you upload the file, it will do all the things, optimization, orientation, everything. And you can just estimate and you can transfer the file and you can get the parts out of that. Hope it is answered for your question.
Requested for any mission, you can suggest some mission if possible, no, for educational purpose. Which was the cheaper one?
In generally in Indian market, FDM is penetrated more than 50%. Like as far as I know, work with the colleges and other companies, 50% it is penetrated FDM. Why? Because when you buy the machines, like in Tamil, some examples we used to say, right? When you buy the elephant is easy, but giving food is difficult, right? Similar way, some technologies looking very good, like DLP technologies and all. With less cost, we can run. But in education institution, as far as I worked, they expected running cost should be very, very less. So for that, I generally recommend FDM, start with the FDM process and move into the DLP process is highly recommendable. Hope it is answer your questions.
Thank you. There is another question from a professor from Guwahati. I think he is interested to set up a 3D printer lab in his institute, it seems. He wants your contact details and he is interested. Probably, later, you can put your contact details, I think, Or,
last slide, it is showing my mail ID and my office number right now, it is not working. So I display my personal number. It is WhatsApp number as well.
Yeah, Professor from Guwahati, probably you can make a note of the email ID and the contact number, sir. You can contact Mr. Arul Regan at any point of time. He'll help you out to answer all your queries, sir. And there is another question from Mr. Jay Kumar N. What is the weight of the handheld Thor 3D scanner? What is the weight of the handheld?
It is it is around 2.5 kg.
Yeah, 2.5 kg. Yeah,
yes, and it is like it is a very, very less weight scanner, and it is a very quick scanner. Like that question, I want to appreciate. In one particular perspective, he asked that particular question. I also worked with different scanners like GOM and Steinbichler. Around 4-5 scanners, Reniza, and this is a Thor from Russia. It has some unique advantages as well as the limitations. The weight of the scanner is very less.
Okay, and regarding the parametric programming, they have they got an idea like this. The purpose of parametric programming is to access the machine from mobile IoT.
Okay.
They wanted a machine of that sort to program from mobile, using mobile.
Yes, yeah. Like right now, like some of the technology, yes, it is possible. Like cloud-based technologies are possible, IoT. And we have a CFF technology, like I am working from home, but I can able to monitor from my home itself. But I can transfer the program from here itself. That cloud-based program is available with me, and you can transfer. Some person have to go and play. Why? Because some manual intervention is required. The loading the material, whether the first layer is running smooth or not. So it is, yes, it is exactly possible. Right now itself, we are doing a similar type of work.
Another question from another professor, sir. In SLS liquid resin, can we print human implant components?
SLA or SLS?
SLS.
SLS, you know, thermoplastic material we generally use. It is called polyamide. Like human implant, it is not possible with polyamide powder material. So there are some other biocompactable material available with other technology. We can use a stereolithography apparatus or metal. Generally, metal they go for. And for pre-operation, pre-surgery applications, we can use SLS technology.
Yeah. I think again, one more question he has put forth. Human implant components were produced by SLA. Can we prefer SLS? It's another question from him.
SLA, yes, it is possible. There are some biocompactable materials there, and we can use that materials. And generally, I have some personal experience. I worked with around more than 10 hospitals. You can make a prototype out of 3D printing technology. Generally, PMMA material generally used for implants. So using vacuum casting process, and you convert that prototype into like a biocompactable material. That is another way of process we can make implants.
Yeah, one more question was put forth earlier. Thor scanner is wired or wireless, or have both options?
Wireless. It is completely wireless.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Another question is from Mr. Jay Kumar. Does the operator feel any fatigue while scanning the large size object?
It is like if you want to scan, fatigue is a very, very important thing. What we have to note it down. Any manufacturing area, in production area, they generally consider this fatigue. But this Thor scanner, what is the advantage? Right? You are scanning that truck. What I showed you, right? Your hand is very painy when you are doing first side scanning. You can off, then you can leave. Next day you come and scan the second side. You can merge it. That advantage we can get it from that.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. One from sir. Okay, you said about CFF composite making. Composite making 3D printer.
Yes.
Is it available in your branch in and around Chennai, or we would like to witness that composite making 3D printer, sir?
Yeah, I like to convey that also. It is also a good question. And like you kind of professors, so many people already working with us. It is available in our Ambattur Chennai plant. We have 2 CFF technologies with us, around 300 by 200 by 200 mm. This is a build envelope size. Okay, so anytime you can come. If you could not able to come due to this pandemic situations, if you like to work with us, you can share the file, and with requirement, I can help it out.
Any other questions from the organizing panel side, sir?
Sir, I am Dr. Etraj. I have a question.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Actually, the maintaining the wire, the raw material wire, is a real problem. Suppose if it is exposed to the air, it becomes brittle and breaks. Is there any other way of maintaining that wire?
Yes. So this problem, this is a big problem. Who are using FDM technology? There are some route is that to eliminate the moistures from the plastic material. Why? Because these are the thermoplastic material. Make it as a 1.75 mm filament, right? So to avoid the moistures, you want to do some preheating. I don't know any industry people are there in injection molding. When you want to do the process, they put some preheat, some material. Then they will process it. Or few people know about it. Similar way, you want to do the preheating, half an hour or 45 minutes using bulb or some heater. If you preheat the material, the moistures will go away. And if you want to, all the thermoplastic material, especially this FDM based material, you want to maintain in some particular temperature. So this is a mandatory.
Thank you.
Actually, I have one question. So you are talking about the 3D scanner, non-contact type. So in that, can you extract the geometrical dimensions of the object?
Yes, it is possible with the 40 microns. For example, in one example also they shown, right, one engine component. And recently we scanned one like manifold. Okay, so your manifold diameter is, for example, 10 mm. If you are scanning the 10 mm parts, you get a 10.1, 10.2 accuracy accuracy you can get it. So from the 3D model, you can get the good dimension accuracy. So it is for reverse engineering purpose. But if you are using this particular scanner for scanning, so the accuracy level would be 40 microns.
Okay. Are you doing any consultancy work or any testing of the product? Suppose I am giving you a component, engine component. So I want to extract the dimensions of the component. So will it be possible for your people to do it? And
like we have a minimum design engineer people. If that is it is like a project, you can share with us photos and with the dimension. I look into that and then I will give you the feedback based on the complications. Yes, it is possible.
Okay. So for some research applications, we want to extract the, as you are telling, it's for reverse engineering.
Yes.
We want to extract the existing system. What are the dimensions? From that, we want to go for the next version like that. So for that, we want to measure the dimensions of the current system.
Okay.
For that, we need 3D scanners.
Yes. Yeah, we can work out. I would like to see the like whenever you are telling, right, I'm imagining that part. So if I see the picture of that part, I get a better idea on that, and I will give you the directions how we can work for. So,
okay. One more question from the participant. They wanted you to let know the price of the cheapest 3D scanner available from your end, sir.
Like it is maybe being a technical portion, I should not tell exact costing. There are some sales people are there, like who required, they can able to send mail to me. I will connect the sales people for your rough understanding. With 10 lakhs, we can buy the scanners. Yes.
Oh, thank you, sir. Another question regarding the this is regarding the parametric program. You need some clarification this side. The question is not about using cloud to access the CAD drawing from mobile via parametric programming. Is it possible? Then the second question, what has been put forth is, in other words, client drawing is fixed. So client has given the drawing. Is it possible to change the dimension from mobile? Then once you change the dimension, can you print this part? That's what they want to know.
Right now, as far as I know, it is difficult. Parametric modeling come with a history, the tree in Pro-E, CATIA, Unigraphics, whatever it may be. Using mobile is an app-based thing. So it is very difficult to change the parameters, first of all. As far as I know, maybe it is possible and all. I will explore and then I will answer that question. It is right now, it is very difficult. And changing the dimension and send it to the 3D printer, it is very difficult.
Thank you. So there's another question from Mr. Chandrasekhara Muthuswamy. He's asking like this: is this method of 3D printing need training for working people?
Yeah, we are providing the training, and how many people, and like what is the strength and what is the applications they are looking for. Based on that, we will give the training. So, as I told you, now our vice president is Rajesh Mithunjayan. So, you can contact me, or you can contact Rajesh Mithunjayan for conducting the special program for working people.
Yeah, there are a few more questions also regarding the training fee for 2 days and all. For those stuff, the participants kindly just note down the email ID and the contact number. Kindly contact them. They'll be in a position to help you out and to address all these questions regarding training, the cost, webinar, the cost, and all those stuff, sir. Thank you. I think the questions. I think we have done with the questions, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Once again.
Yeah, yes. Mr. Arul Regan, I think you can close the presentation and you can open your video. From the beginning, we have not seen the video, so just you can close this and you can open. Yeah, okay. Now we can proceed.
Thank you so much, sir. And I really thank you for MGR managements and HOD and program coordinator, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay. So very nice presentation by Mr. Arul Regan. Thank you, sir. So your presentation was very good, and after that, a lot of questions were there. From the questions itself, you can see how the people were attentive throughout your lecture. And also, it's totally a new field. So it will be an eye-opener to everybody. and the transfer of knowledge should take place from faculty to students. That's the next level.
Yes.
So with this again, thank you once again, and we will close this session. With this second session is over in our FDP Industry 4.0. So we will meet tomorrow morning for the third session at 11 a.m.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.